Each year, technology companies spend trillions of dollars building new products. The majority of them fail, not due to a lack of talent, but because they build things no one truly needs. This is one of the most haunting opening lines from Marty Cagan's book, Inspired. It speaks not of rare mistakes, but of what happens daily, everywhere. Most products fail, not because they are poorly made, but because they are made exceptionally well, something that shouldn't exist in the first place. Intelligent, hardworking teams can spend years perfecting a product, only to be met by market silence. I'll start with where illusions often crumble. I was young, part of an excellent engineering team building a technically flawless product. Complex algorithms, impressive performance, strict quality standards. We worked tirelessly, sacrificing evenings and weekends, believing we were creating something massive. When it launched, the press lauded it, there was internal celebration. Everything looked like a success story. Then the market responded with silence. No one bought, no one used, no one needed it. That moment left a deep crack within me. Not because of the failure, but because of an inescapable question. If such a capable and hardworking team could create a meaningless product, where did the real problem lie? Not in the technology, not in the effort, but in the initial decision of what we should build. The problem wasn't building it the wrong way, but building the wrong thing. Most organizations don't fail due to a lack of capability, but because they've never truly understood what their product is. A tech product isn't just software. It's the entire experience a customer goes through to derive value. A paradox emerges. Tech companies talk about innovation, but operate with mechanisms that make innovation nearly impossible. They believe smart people in a flawed system will create the wrong product very professionally. There's a difficult truth. At least half of product ideas won't work, not because they're poorly executed, but because they're not important enough to users. And even the other half rarely deliver expected results initially. True value often emerges only after many adjustments. The strong teams I've seen are different. They accept that a product's future is unpredictable. They organize their work around learning. Risks are addressed early. The product is shaped through true collaboration. Their goal isn't to complete a list of features, but to create meaningful business outcomes. A strong product team isn't responsible for asterisk finishing. They are responsible for doing the right thing asterisk. At the heart of it, a product leader's core job is to determine which problems are worth solving. Their responsibility is to find the right answers, not to have them ready-made. This demands high commitment, no room for blaming processes or top-down decisions. The question isn't whether you're building faster, but whether you should be building at all. Join us to uncover these uncomfortable truths.